Hello and welcome back to Heroes of the Mist. I'm your host and Game Master Hawk Robinson, and this is part 2 of our May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, post May the 4th be with you, or Revenge of the 5th. Episode 43, last episode of Season 1 of Heroes of the Mist, mistheroes.com.
It's also International Hoagie Day.
We don't need to go through that whole list.
I'm not going to go through the whole list.
Went through a long list of what today is.
Yeah, there's like look it up. There's like a dozen different events that are today.
This is the final half of the final episode for the season, and everybody's hurrying and spending their hero points, which is going to lead to some chaos when you're next to the Infernium. This could be bad. Let's rip open that tender, fragile fabric of reality between the multiverses. Let's just rip away.
I wonder
what happens.
I wonder who could have given them that idea.
If this is a real multiverse, let's see it.
Let's make those layers bleed.
Let's have that episode of Star Trek TNG where all the different
the final episode.
The one where all the different enterprises start showing up. Different worlds.
Voyager.
No, it was TNG because there was one where Riker was the captain.
Let's stay on this story here. So, all right. So, quickly introduce yourselves, very quickly, yourself and your character, and then we'll go from there.
Mendeley of Stellifolium. I'm John Wilker, and I'm growing paranoid of crows. I will kill them on sight.
I'm Adam.
If it was elves, we'd have a problem. That would be self-slaughter.
Yeah.
Don't look in the mirror.
I'm Adam. I'm playing Torin, who's maybe just a little bit needing to know a bit more about how all this God and being a priest stuff works, because things are getting pretty crazy.
I'm Katie Coonan. I am playing Moisha Turtlebomb. Once upon a time, I killed a cat, and I felt really bad about it. Now I'm ready to slaughter them all.
This is a heroic campaign. However,
but the cats
some of the cats
evil.
you've had issues with, yes. And but you don't know if they're evil yet.
They're watching.
That's like saying orcs aren't evil.
Talk.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm Talk. Mostly Talk at the moment. And hi. Gnome Illusionist.
Yep. All right. And River.
Hi, I'm Joe Coonan. I'm playing River while Lillian is gone. And she agrees that Andy is mostly Talk. River is a sea spirit folk, Rugen, a disciple of the god Ryujin, the god of the sea. In addition, I play my main character, which is Ferhad Gwerion, a half-elf fighter thief. His main career has been enforcing and writing contracts for his grandfather's weaving concern, a completely legitimate business. But recently he's been writing treaties for elves and centaurs and Northrons.
Oh my.
He helped throw that in stereo for you there, Joe. And doing the real-time artwork, sketching them as they happen, live over satellite from over the other end of the country, we have Joel. Say hello, Joel.
Turn on your...
Yep, turn on your mic. Okay, there you go. Oh, you're over the cell phone?
No, satellite.
Okay, it is satellite. Okay. Yeah, so we're very grateful to have him here sketching. He did this last week and sent us a whole little booklet of all his sketches from last week, and here he is doing it again. And it's wonderful to have him doing that. Do you have a website you would like to pitch for anybody?
Sure, joelfurches.com.
Furches, right?
That's correct.
Okay, wonderful. And though this is the last episode of Heroes of the Mist, we are planning to still be running games around this time slot on Sunday 6 to 9, depending upon other people attending, as we go through and evaluate a lot of different role-playing superhero games, police, procedural, etc. Yes?
Just one of the things that I'm trying to remember if it actually happened or not, because I know I mentioned it like several sessions back, finding a car sword through all the chaos.
Karn's sword?
Yeah, because he lost on the battlefield, but I was
Right.
searching in that area when we were looking for swords.
And you're wondering if you found it or you didn't
Yeah,
find
did
it.
we? Because I can't remember if I found it. Because like, if I did, I was
You
like,
did not find it yet.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So it's still out there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere on the east side.
I don't think you went far enough that way. To,
Yeah, you didn't have enough time to
You didn't get all the way to the tree line.
Well, because
It wasn't the tree line.
Yeah.
No, it was
It
where.
was near the tree line.
because it was
No,
up
he was
where the
pretty
crows
far
were
out.
at.
Yeah, it was not far from there. You just didn't find it that time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just making sure.
So still need to find it. Yeah. And then behind the scenes we have Dan helping with the tech, and then also
Causing mayhem.
And causing mayhem, thanks to the generous donation he talked to his employer into giving to RPG Research. We're very grateful for that.
Which I still say he needed written permission from his employer in
To
order to use
represent
those points.
this chaos. And then also in the chat room helping with moderation, we have Pyro. Many thanks to all our volunteers. We are all volunteers here. If you're not yet a donor to RPG Research, do please consider it. Swing by rpgresearch.com/donate. We are a 501c3 nonprofit studying the effects of all role-playing games and their potential to help improve lives. And Joe, if you want to go ahead and pitch your thing, and Farhad.
Oh yeah, for a long time I've been performing with Jet City Improv since the 1990s. We're also a 501c3 nonprofit. Our outreach work involves giving free improv and performance classes to the incarcerated youth at King County Juvenile Detention Center in Seattle. We teach classes for homeless and at-risk youth. And this summer we'll be doing about 25 performances at about 17 different camps for kids that have some sort of illness or disability that prevents them from utilizing a regular summer camp. But we provide all those services for free. And we also just do regular comedy at the theater.
That's awesome. And, research is showing that up to 80% of incarcerated, people that participate in these types of creative programs, so up to 80% will not reoffend after discharge if they participate in these programs. Not necessarily Jet City specifically, but a range of creative programs. Up to 80% will not reoffend.
I think there's a big trend in adult prisons of using cards instead of dice and playing.
There's a lot of different approaches, but all right, we're not going to go down that path for this episode.
No,
but
that's
it
all
is
I
stuff
said.
we talk about in our other shows all the time. All right, and Farhad.
Farhad is unhappy about this chain of events.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the the elves are still there, like the wood elves?
Yes, they're still 600 feet to the east, holding the line.
And the centaurs are still there.
Yep, to the west.
But the Northrunners have started wandering.
Northrons
right?
are long gone.
Yeah. Man, do we want to fight 1,000,000 crows and 2 cats? Do we want to run for our lives? Where do we run to?
Or 2 million cats and 2 crows.
So that's what Farhad's debating as this is happening. So when we left off, all of a sudden, about 2/3 of the party felt uneasy, like they were being watched. Hackles on the back of their neck kind of stood up. They looked to the south, and they saw a murder of crows suddenly launch up from the tree line 300 feet to the south, up into the air and start flying this way.
I think when it's that many, you kind of have to call it a holocaust of crows.
You guys have had some crow history not that long ago.
We'll be eating crow soon.
And at the same time, you saw about 5 miles to the south, a heavy dark storm brewing and moving rapidly this direction from the south, heading this way. Little jags of lightning shooting out of it, and the thunder rolling. About 5 seconds later, and then 2 cats came walking out casually out of there. One's kind of a gray striped cat, and the other one is just kind of a mixed calico type. Not very big cats. And they came out and sat down and just kind of looked at your group from 300 feet away, just sitting there at the edge of the tree line. And coming up the road from the southeast, right near, you guys are near the crossroads. So from the south, you see a couple of wagons, a pair of wagons coming up the road. They're small wagons. There seems to be one person driving each of them. immediately the wagons stand out in their design is not from these here parts. It is definitely not Regnum Sapientium design. They're kind of a
Are they
strange.
station wagon?
What's that?
Are they station wagons?
They're not station wagons.
No, they're not stationary. They're moving. He said.
The Winnebagos.
And Farhad, you immediately recognize both the horses and the wagons as of Iridian origin.
Ooh. Great.
So, but they're still about a quarter mile away. They came around the tree line there and are slowly entering into the fields about a quarter mile away.
Are they... So they're farther away than the cats and the crows?
Okay, so the cats and the crows are about 300 feet to the south of the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
The storm is 5 miles away, and the wagons are a quarter mile away, all to the south. So we got southwest, southeast, but all to the south.
And the slowest of those things is probably the carts.
Besides the cats not moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, the carts are the slowest. Also, Vashtun kind of, made some noises and such, like he was trying to stir and was in discomfort of some kind. So that all happened kind of simultaneously.
Are the crows just flying around?
No, they just suddenly launched from the trees as though something disturbed them, and shortly after the cats came out.
All right.
So they just flew up. They're not.
But they're heading in this
attacked by
direction.
crows.
Yeah, but they're heading straight in your direction at the moment.
Okay.
Are they menacing or are they just flying?
Too soon to say. This
There are
just
crows
happened.
flying in our general direction. I can't
That's
think of anything
menacing
less
enough.
menacing.
All right,
then.
so I'm going to
With the lightning shooting off behind. and
I'm going to
stuff.
put this out, and I'm going to name the cats
Bravo.
Alfred and Hitchcock.
I agree.
Okay, Lindalay.
I'm assuming these things will be within 3 rounds.
Yeah,
Okay, so I am going to
the birds at least. Yeah.
I'm going to. I'll give you all 3 rounds of stuff I'm doing. I am pouring oil over my dragon roar.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I am fire fingering it,
Yeah.
and I'm going to swing that thing
You
over
have
my
a
head.
flaming
I'm just going to
bull roar.
Are you
Right.
going to step out from the pavilion when you do that?
Or you do this in the pavilion.
No, I'm going to step out because this. And
It's
then,
a tall pavilion, but still.
and on the 3rd round,
Yeah.
with that fire ring going above
Yeah.
me, I'm going to project the 2D illusion of just a 40-foot field of fire above us,
Okay.
so they won't fly into the fire. Hopefully,
Are you able to
You have to concentrate. Yeah, that's
Do
two
that without
actions
concentrating?
simultaneously.
no, I told you 3 rounds.
Okay, you'll stop spinning so you can focus on the 2D illusion.
I think I can do this and concentrate on a spell.
Not the way we've been playing
No, it takes all your focus to do these illusions.
unless you have
Even
like
if
an
I'm using that as the focus of the spell, the fire from the
Yeah,
thing.
you have to be. That's how we've been doing that to allow for the flexibility we've allowed.
Okay.
It takes all of your focus.
yeah, unless you have a higher level that says you can.
Right.
Or you
You
just
can-
step out and then do the spell.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the cool part.
Skip the real part. Just go straight for
Makes
the.
it look like cool magic. It's just like, I do the thing. All right.
So what are you going to do then?
I have
After all that
an umbrella of fire above us.
is going to be your illusion on the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Torin.
Torn pockets the apple he's eating and whistles the summons to, what? I was having lunch. I declared that. No.
You did. You did.
And
Let you pocket it. That's don't want to waste that apple.
my fanny pack. Yeah. And I whistle a summons for Leon, my warhorse, which has my gear and weapons on it. Yep.
You see him rear up and start. And the wood elves who are standing nearby part, suddenly alarmed, as Leon starts galloping in your direction.
All right, then.
So he'll
Leon,
be
who would prefer to be called Killer.
Yes, he does indeed.
Yeah.
He will
Leon the Killer.
be there in about a round and a half. I
Okay.
think. He will be there very quickly.
All right, then. And, I do that, and I, in the time while he's coming, I yell at Klaus and probably at Cartoons, like, we gotta get him out of it, like gesturing to Vashju, because
Who is, his eyes are opened wide now
Yeah.
as you look at him and looking around very alarmed. Moisha.
Herschel, get those cats.
Herschel looks at you, surprised and elated, and boom, takes off after them. Okay, talk.
Feel inside.
The whole party's just abandoning their arrows.
Apologies to anyone who, like me, has lost a cat to dogs. I think these cats, we hope, deserve it.
I'm just saying, they might tear Herschel apart.
I'm being fair.
Let's talk to him.
Well,
Yes, you're doing fine.
Talk was near Vashtun last I remember. Still,
So it was Klaus and Rorian.
yeah. So he looking to the sky. He says under his breath, and turns to Vashtun, seeing him awake-ish, sort of confused. It's all right, General Vashtun. We will.
His eyes focus on you immediately.
We'll protect you with our lives.
Where am I?
Later, we'll answer those later. But right now, we need to keep you safe.
From
Everything.
everything?
And then I holler, protect Vashtun with your lives!
So you hear Talk shout aloud, protect Vashtun with your lives. Karn is
If
nearby.
he dies, this whole thing's just...
Yeah, Karn's nearby. Horian's there.
If Moishe hears that, he'll.
That'll be after you already sent.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
after I sent Herschel, but that's.
But you
his
got the
next-
knife, and you
Yeah.
got your sword knife. You have a knife sword of.
Ouch.
Short sword.
Ouch.
River?
Sorry, I was reading up on Unseen Serpent.
Okay. Oh, that's a handy one.
Yeah, but it can't attack in any way. It
No.
can exert 20 pounds of pressure.
Right.
So it could press a crow. Attack a crow.
A press gang.
Yeah. So, like, just
At
having
least it wouldn't
attack
have any
crows out of the
wrinkles.
sky is not something it can do.
Right.
Yeah. Which is hecka lame.
You know, when it comes to hauling treasure and triggering traps and stuff like that, it's not so lame.
No.
Yeah.
It can carry 20 pounds of treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 gold bar.
I think it's more like that's the curse thing.
Let him finish what he's saying.
River turns to Farhad and says, Farhad, you know when I said I didn't know what was going to happen next, so I was preparing? This is it. And she stands up and goes outside the pavilion and gets ready to kung fu some birds.
Okay. She's gonna like run up the pavilion poles on top or something.
You do crane
Do
kick.
the crouching tiger, hidden dragon, tree branch run.
No, she's going to be outside on the
Okay.
ground.
Okay.
Maybe you take a second look at those spells. This is she doesn't use those often, but this seems to be the kind of situation that she'd probably whip one out.
And Farhad.
Yeah, well, whispering wind isn't helpful. She doesn't want to give a message to the crows.
Right.
She's got a lot of, she could cast strength on herself to make herself stronger. And she may when she's actually got something to punch. But right now, there's nothing
Yeah.
wise
Farhad.
for her to do. Farhad. Farhad has finished up writing the power of attorney contract.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs a Northwander to sign it, so he puts that away in his thing. Torin,
What?
do you have a blade you can spare on Leon?
Yeah, I do actually.
All your stuff
Good,
is
I'll
on the
take one.
way.
There's also another one of Deathlock's daggers laying around.
No,
if anybody,
I have it.
oh, you picked it up.
Yeah,
I
Moy
didn't.
should grab that. a
Sorry, I
while
didn't
back.
catch that.
Yeah, that's what I said. The knife and the knife, sort of.
I see.
Okay. So that you do that. So next round, you go ahead and cast your illusion, or you're waiting for the third round still, till they get here.
Third
It's
round,
round
so
2
last one.
now. So that was round 1. Now it's round 2.
All right then.
I will. Well, they're going to be here in one round, so I'll go ahead and cast it so they may not attack in the first place.
Okay. All right. So you cast it, Torin.
I get
Your
a hold.
horses running this way. Will be here shortly.
Pretty much, I get ready to intercept him and tell him stop. And so for the action, I'm not sure if I can get it done this turn. Is pretty much start pulling off the gear.
Yeah, you'll be able to do that this round.
Yeah.
Next round you can do that.
Yeah.
All right, but he's coming at you. And you're like, come here, boy. All right, and Moisha, Herschel is already covered half the distance to the cats. Off like a shot.
Moisha is wondering what to do with Levi, and runs to defend Vashtun.
Okay, go and stand over Vashtun. And Tuck.
Talk is getting ready to. Well, how soon will the crows be up upon us?
Next round.
Okay, so
Not this round, but next round.
early next round, or
Yes.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and I'll wait. I'm going to hold, and I'm going to cast the instant the next round starts.
Okay, what are you planning to cast?
I'm going to cast improved phantasmal force, and I'm going to have basically a wall of spikes rise out of the ground in front of us, pretty much filling up any space that's not filled with his fire.
Okay, so basically if they fail to save and believe it, then it will hurt them because they believe it to be so.
Yes, and this does, since it is improved phantasmal force, it does have limited sound. So the sound...
coming out of the ground. All right, cool, nice touch.
So is there a minimum intelligence that's necessary for the things to be believed?
No, as far as I know. I mean, if you...
Doesn't say so in the book.
If you see it and you're not intelligent enough to maybe disbelieve it...
I mean, a tree is not... a non-sentient tree is not going to be affected.
Okay.
There's got to be some sort of sensory input and reaction ability.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, without getting into the whole cluster system thing of fungi and everything else, we won't get into that.
Okay.
All right, so cool.
Has to be mobile.
Yep. And
reactionary.
So River's ready to fight, still waiting for an opportunity. And Farhad?
Farhad is waiting for a weapon for Leon to get there and get a weapon.
All
What do
right.
you have, Karen?
Okay then. So the things in my pack, which were on Leon because he had the weapons and the.
Very quickly, you only have a round to tell him.
All right then. Big sword, little sword, throwing knives, some darts and slings.
I'll take a sword.
All right.
Okay.
Big sword, little sword.
Round 3. You started your fire thing, and the crows were kind of heading this way, and they break in every direction away from your illusion in terror.
Yeah.
Clearly, cawing very loudly. But none of them go south, so they break every direction but south. They go northeast, west, northeast, northwest, east and west, but not southeast, southwest.
None of them go back
south.
the way they were
Correct.
going. Yeah.
The traders seem to have picked up the pace on their animals, seem to be trying to ride their animals more quickly, but they only have small, donkeys or mules or something like that for each of their wagons. So they're not really
What? No
great.
more horses for the traders?
Or those tiny Arabian horses.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, no, they're not using the Arabian supporter cards. Oh, man. Yeah, they're not sturdy that way.
It's a small cart.
Yeah. And the cats get back up as they see Herschel coming, so they get up on all fours and do their hissing big hair thing, because there's a dog bearing down on them rapidly.
Let's hope neither of them scratch him on the nose, because that's like a one-punch knockout for almost any dog. One scratch on the nose.
Bear as an adjective. Bears deserve respect.
What's that?
Don't use the
We
word
don't use the
bear.
word bear as an adjective. Bears deserve respect.
Just like dwarves.
Herschel's not bearing down on them.
But that's a verb, actually. But we don't use it as an adjective or a verb.
Oh, my goodness.
It's only a noun.
All right, so... the storm seems to have already moved a mile in just those few rounds. It's moving so rapidly in your direction.
Lovely.
It'll pass right over us.
The wood elves are milling about uncertainly, looking at what all that's happening from the south, looking over at you guys, looking up at the air. They do not know what to do with this. Looking over the centaurs and hypsils, they're having a kind of similar action. They're all pulling back into the tree line, right? They were kind of just outside the tree line camped.
They're leaving us to die.
They're leaving their camp, but their forces are backing into the tree line warily. They're in an organized way, but very uncertain what's going on here. And Vashtun finally gets upright. Karn and Klaus help him stand up. He sways, leans on the table, looks around. What is going on? Where am I?
Farhad says, "Quickly, sign this."
What do you lay in front of him?
I lay down a copy of the treaty contract and a copy of the power of attorney. And whichever one he signs is fine.
All right. He looks around and... Karn? Is that you? Karn's like, uh-oh. Kind of look. So he just kind of gives a nod. He takes his hand, and you see Karn, like, kind of clench a little, like he's ready to fight. And you remember, this guy's well over 7 feet tall. And he takes his hand and pats him Karn hard on the back. It's good to see you again in strange times. And but a friendly pat on the back. Karn looks completely perplexed, and then says, "Sign this quickly."
Oh no! He's possessed by a good elf now.
Looks warily at Karn. Like, all right. Where's something to sign with?
Quill.
Okay, takes it, and he quickly signs the agreement. But you do see he scans it quickly. He's like, oh. He quickly signs it. Are there other copies for me to sign? For the rest, I see what it's for. Crows all flying around. Yep. The thunder is now only 3 seconds away.
3 seconds away.
Farhad grabs another sheet of parchment and just starts writing out the signature page only.
But he does then pour over your power of attorney and says, "Why this?" Now he's looking a little suspicious.
Just in case you are incapacitated, you're clearly in control of all of your faculties. So
I will put Johann Smithson as authority if I am incapacitated.
Perfect.
He should be back soon. We hope.
He crosses out whatever you had there and puts Johann Smithson.
It was empty. It was blank.
Okay, all right. He puts Johann Smithson, and then he quickly signs it.
All right, then.
It's almost too cooperative.
But he's like, what is going on? What is with the birds and the storm? And why are the wood elves muster? What is going on? Someone tell me what is going on.
We don't know.
His face is getting a little red and angry.
We don't know, but we're under attack, and we don't want you to die.
What is attacking us? Birds? Why are you afraid of birds?
Lots of birds.
Mordred?
What about Mordred?
I'm thinking those cats are his
And your
servants.
horse comes running up to you.
Yeah. Whoa!
He's like, that's Mordredian!
No, it's not.
No,
They took all the Mordredian stuff off.
It has-
It's still black without the silver. You took all the silver off.
No.
right?
No,
Oh,
it has
okay.
leather barding from the druids on it.
Oh, never mind then. Sorry.
Yep.
He didn't say that then. Thank you for the
It's Druidian.
Yeah.
Nope. I specifically asked for leather barding.
All right.
I didn't know you were Jewish.
All right. He's like, what this?
I start fumbling with packs, and you hear it clink as I get the ones with swords and knives and everything down. It's like, is that in there, Farhad? And you just...
Do you have anything? Do you have one in there for
There's some
Vashtun?
knives or some...
Vashtun.
Yes.
Vashtun.
Moisha.
Moisha. We just signed a treaty between the Centaurs,
I signed.
the Northwanders, and the Elves.
It's slowly, it's like a distant dream that I couldn't, I was pushed down in the water.
Just as
drowning.
we were finishing, this huge flock of crows came, and these cats came out.
So the cats now run into the trees.
Okay.
With Herschel bolting into the
we
trees
have
after
been
them.
beset since we fled Mordred with crows and cats. We
What
are
is Mordred
we are
doing?
wary.
What? I'm sorry. What?
We're being attacked from all angles.
What month is this? It feels like winter's coming.
I hand Carr his...
Hold the jokes.
Yeah, please don't go there.
Tanarl, the magic short sword that he gave me,
Yeah.
because he doesn't have, I don't think, any of his magic swords.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave him that because my hands are kind of chewed up, and I don't think I can hold a sword well
So you
right
give
now.
that to Farhad?
No, to Carr.
Oh, it's Card.
Yeah, I gave
Okay.
Farhad, I threw down a pack that has like knives and swords and everything.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay.
What time of year is it?
It
Winter.
was it's November.
Okay.
We're in November.
Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, remember the Druid Festival? That was about not quite a week ago.
Yes, but for some reason I thought it was spring.
No. You're heading into the mountain passes as winter is coming on.
yay!
But it's gotten colder
Yes.
as we gotten norther, so it's kind of.
But then there was a
been-
break but remember all the snow?
And
Yes.
Yeah.
do I think that Vashtu can ride on Leon and Leon actually support his bulk? Because he's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he'll feel it, but it won't hurt him.
All right, then.
Okay. Talk. But your illusion is working. The crows are fleeing away and dispersing in different directions.
Give Vashtun a weapon. As the crows are going around the fire, I'm making the wall of spikes shoot out
You're still going to go ahead and do that? You're not going to hold on to it?
in the area basically where the fire leads them. That's where the spikes are going, and like they're being veering away from the fire and into the spikes.
They're kind of going
What's the
spread.
range on that?
It is 6 inches plus 1 inch per level.
And you're what level?
3, so 9.
So 90 yards. Okay, so you're still trying to kill the crows that are fleeing with the illusion.
Were they fleeing or?
Yeah.
So his spell worked. It scared them.
I thought they were
They
veering
all-
off.
Yeah, they all veered. They all started to flee away in 3 directions.
Oh, see, but I thought they were just like going
not
around
attacking
it
us.
and then going to come back in.
They were fleeing. They were
Okay.
leaving. Once he did that, they went every direction except south, southeast, and southwest. They scattered.
Oh, okay,
So that's why I was saying, you sure you still want to use that spell? 'Cause
I see.
His is working.
I see. I thought. I thought.
We can
no
clarify
longer a
that for
threat.
you.
Yeah, I thought they were.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
Repositioning.
Well, now that you have that clear understanding.
Okay. Then we need to catch up with your people. People, they're heading back to their temporary lands.
Where's Johann?
He's on his way back this way.
And as you look to the north, you do see on horseback Johann coming around the bend, galloping south. So he'll be here in a few rounds.
Can you walk? Can you run?
No,
Neither.
not yet. My legs.
Can you ride
I
on
can't
Leon?
feel my legs yet.
You think you can
Especially
hold on
my
to a
hands
horse?
and feet are numb Can't feel them at all.
Yeah, I go.
Torin, nobody can ride on Leon
His
except
signature
you.
was quite sloppy, but he
Yeah.
managed.
Well, we could try tying them on.
Farhad, what are you doing?
Now that the birds are like veering off and not a threat anymore, Farhad is less concerned about them.
Okay.
He is finishing writing up the just the signature pages for the two.
Right like the
contracts.
wind, Farhad Glarion. Right like the wind.
Hey, there might not be another chance.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Without the right signatures, this all has been a waste of time.
That's right. That's right.
Somebody could just say, no, we never agreed to that. Yeah. No. We're getting it done right.
All right. So right like the wind. River, now that the birds are dissipating.
No.
No audio, Joe.
Looks like the birds were not a threat, and the cats have run away. So perhaps we should greet those merchants and those carts that are coming.
So they're about eighth of a mile away now.
Yeah. Farah looks at them, looks back at her. Those are clearly Iridian merchants. Although, if they are from Iridia, there is a reasonable chance they may be involved with Mordred somehow.
Good point. And from the east, you see General Barkskin being escorted by 5 of his folk, though not Deslock, on horseback, riding rapidly this
Barkskin?
direction.
Is he being
Ironcrest.
escorted or
Crest,
is he
excuse me.
being escorted?
They're following behind him. They're following behind him, but they're riding rapidly this direction. So he'll be here in a few rounds as well. So it's all happening at once.
Hooray!
I maintain my illusion for until I'm convinced that the crows are no longer +1 round.
Okay.
Because
Great.
I don't believe it until I believe it.
Great. So Herschel is out of sight completely in the trees, chasing cats, which is kind of dog heaven.
The
Levi? The
no, I was just saying he's on the bad side. You on the bad side?
Yes. And Moisha is now standing down from the crows and running in the direction of Herschel calling.
All right, so running that way.
Yeah.
Okay, Torin.
I'm getting geared up. I'm getting my sling and my shield. I'm making sure there's weapons there. In terms of like the pack, and I make sure that Carr had his magic short sword since things are going down.
Yep. All right.
I also on that horse have like a shirt of chainmail if anyone wants it, and it's down there in that pack. It just all got wrapped up in it and tossed.
Okay.
So.
All right. Cool. Talk.
All right, we should get Vashtun headed towards the Northron camp, and a party to meet the traders there. We should split up.
By the way, the wind is picking up. The storm's now about 1.5 miles away.
Yeah, I think we should get out of here and maybe get to one of them camps. Maybe I don't know. We could go back to the Wood Elves. Maybe we go over with the Centaurs. They seem like nice people.
Is the situation with Mordred? Why do you bring that up? Last I heard, he had taken the Isle of Greycourse.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was months ago.
No, he's invaded. He's marching towards Camelot. He invaded Ragnum Simpiempium. He's been just demolishing everything.
Taken Arthur's kingdom.
I don't know if he's got Camelot yet.
He's taken most of it at least.
What?
He looks at you, Farhad.
What did you say?
Port Balkoff fell. In fact, we all met each other in Balkoff on the day it fell.
When was this?
Thousands of soldiers landed with Mordred. An evil fog landed with Mordred. And magic.
Oh, his mother. Oh, that witch of his mother.
I'll show you the slideshow when we get to your camp.
Yeah.
Slideshow?
Never mind. I'll show you later.
Why are we gonna Crorian, how are you?
Royan is a little wary.
Is I doing better now? It's good to see you. It's been so long. Well, sort of. We were fighting each other over the last while in battle, you know. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. I couldn't
It's all right.
stop it.
It's all right. You're better now. Now we just need to get you safe back to your people, and we need to get that signature page to General Ironcrest.
Yes.
Who comes riding up at about this point with his escort. Now, the escort remains on horseback and looks ready to yank out weapons at any moment. But he leaps off the horse and is watching you guys in Vashtun. And, so, what is... He just gestures with his head to Vashtun.
He's all better. Yeah, he's actually really nice.
He looks back and forth between you and him.
Not that nice, but compared to what he was, he's really, really very nice.
Vashtun? Vashtun nods.
It is I, General. I'm here.
Okay. Did he sign?
Why, yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's
Good.
it's an extra page to go on to the ones that you already have.
I'm sorry about the disappearance. Deathlock used that against my wishes.
He did a few things against your wishes, but it's
What do you
okay.
mean?
Are you holding a knife of his?
Here, you might want to give this back to him.
His eyes go wide. Deathlock.
There'll be a hanging in the morning.
Well, don't talk to him. He takes it from you.
Yeah, he seemed to be upset. He seemed to disbelieve the things that he saw when you were cured.
Okay. Now the storm is about half a mile away. The thunder and lightning keeps rumbling.
Or when he was cured, I mean.
But the
So they're not
storm
gonna- I regress.
seems to be swirling at about half a mile away and has stopped advancing.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Crowds like that, they could touch down and just
The,
destroy everything.
And yeah, from where you come from, you have seen both hurricanes and twisters.
Yeah, we gotta get out of
and
here.
water spouts and all of the above. The merchants now are about 600 feet to the south. Moisha, you're almost to the tree line.
Herschel, come back!
You hear Herschel yelping in pain
I run to the noise.
into the trees.
Yes.
Okay.
I follow.
Lindley, you go running into the trees. Okay. The thunder
Into the
is
woods.
getting deafening. The storm has stopped advancing, though. It stopped half a mile away, almost like it hit a wall or something.
Find shelter!
And yeah, there's wind, but the pavilion's holding, and as I said, the storm seems to have stopped. The woodmen now have come closer. They're about 150 feet away. They're spread out, so it looks like they could just adapt to whatever circumstance. The centaurs and Hibsil now are tentatively approaching, not sure what's going on.
I mean, wood elves.
The wood elves first, or what did I say?
Okay, you said woodmen.
Sorry, wood elves.
like-
Yeah, the wood elves first. Then
Woodmen?
the centaurs and the Hibsils come out a little bit. Rorian talks to Hibbity Nibbity. Hibbity Nibbity goes darting off to the centaurs. And about this time now, Johann Smithson arrives in all this chaos.
Are we getting out of here or what?
Vashtun?
Fair.
Is it you? Vashtun nods. Go ahead, Farhad.
Farhad hands the power of attorney to Johann Smithson.
What is
And
this?
said,
Is it the treaty?
this is in case anything bad should happen to Vashtun. It is a show that he has complete confidence in you. And here is the treaty he has signed.
He looks in shocked disbelief at Vashtun, and Vashtun nods with a warm smile. You do me great honor, Chief.
Well, you've been trustworthy through it all.
So he quickly pockets that.
Now, how do we stop Mordred?
We should discuss that at your camp.
Why do I need to go to my camp?
Because you're healing. And we're in the middle.
I'll be fine.
And we're in the middle of a battleground with no cover except this.
Is anyone attacking us?
We don't know.
You don't know.
We've learned to be paranoid on our trip north.
Clearly, and he reaches down, pats you on the head. Don't worry, little one. You'll be safe.
You know, I like this one a lot better.
He's not
than the
noticing
other
the storm at all.
one. You're not.
He is.
Never mind.
No, I'm not here.
He's noticing. He saw the crows and stuff. And he's like, "What is going on?" Right? He's like,
But this is from the north. This is nothing. This will blow over. We get these all the time.
Oh, because you see,
I need more yaw.
down south is where when Mordred sent these storms in the fall wall of fog, it cast down lightning bolts and it just blew up people and just destroyed armies and everything.
Yeah,
so we're
that
kind of afraid
sounds
of
like
it.
Mordred's witch.
Yeah, so we're kind of afraid of storms that just been following us because that's what they've been doing.
And we've learned that that attacks can come from any direction.
Yeah. I don't see anything other than some weather.
Well, then let's just head. Maybe we should just head back to your camp and
John, where is my camp? They're going far north. I told them to go because we didn't know what your fate would be. It would take us some time to catch up with them. They are going at speed. What do I need to go to my camp for? You, General. Ironcrest?
Nods.
Rorian?
Nods.
What can we do? They say Mordred. How close is Mordred?
Oh, we are about a week south of here. Last time we saw any Mordred forces. Is that about right? Week south? Man, it's only been a week.
Yeah, it depends on how many encounters you have along the way.
I think we might have seen some scouts since then.
Oh, those is probably those stinky cats that the druids were talking about. There's actually demons by the Lady Morgane.
What do you mean?
Oh, the druid said there's these cats, right? And they smell like death, like rotten eggs. And they're not really cats; they just look like
demon cats.
Yeah, demon cats. So yeah, that's
We
probably
have seen them up north.
yeah.
We've slain them when we find them.
Oh,
Good.
yeah,
Quickly.
You saw some?
yeah. That's what
Yeah.
Herschel just chased off.
Well,
I think.
we don't
Okay,
know.
So,
They were far away.
Moisha, you're now on the tree line.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Lindley, you're in the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can hear Herschel yelping in pain
Herschel, I'm coming.
somewhere to the south.
That's not
and
good.
Sounds like he's continuing to go away, like not,
Herschel.
not stationary.
Herschel.
Okay, he's doing the yelps of pain.
I'm loading a sling.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay.
Hey, where'd Moisha go? Where's that Hale?
Yep. So, you're trying to convince him to go back to his camp for some reason.
Well, because we knew that he was better, but he still seemed pretty.
Yeah. Well, he
Out of
also
it.
said he can't walk yet. And such. So yeah.
Well, yeah. If he can't walk, maybe someone should carry him and
Well,
get
we'll
him
have to
more
talk
medical
him into
condition.
that. Okay.
But also just because
You're jittery about what's going on here.
well, and that we just can't really do much sitting here. We've already done all the.
You have 3 generals and a guy
No,
can
you
make
haven't.
contracts.
You've only done one fraction of what you guys were expected to do if you're able to do it.
Well, I mean, but everything that we were planning on doing right here in this area.
No.
Yep.
No, there were still about 2 other major things you guys were supposed to address.
It seems like since everyone's
I
here
want to say,
and everyone seems to be full of goodwill, now would be a great time to talk about banding together to fight Mordred.
I like the sound of that.
And any other things.
I knew a Northrander like yourself would love a
Yeah.
good, honorable
Ironcrest
fight.
looks skeptical, though, like, why should we risk leaving the safety of our woods?
Because your woods are only safe as long as they stand. Do you think Mordred would let any threat to him survive?
I understand what you say.
He's burned down every village we passed through.
Yes, but our woods have survived cataclysms.
Yes, and yet your north quarter is still ravaged from the last time it
That is true.
took damage.
That is true.
Why
Rorian
wait
is like, well,
generations to rebuild?
We would gladly fight side by side with the Northronders once again. And if it means driving them out from our old allies to the south, I don't think my people would have trouble with that.
Oh, I suppose since we're here,
Still all that thunder and wind and such, but not getting any closer.
perhaps Karn, this would be your moment to step in and speak for Regnum Sapientium.
Karn looks over you like a deer caught in the headlights. Like, right.
Because, all these people used to be allies a long time ago, and
Yes.
it might be nice to have at least temporary new allies,
Yes.
given the conditions we've been experiencing.
Yes.
And for the kind of valuable aid they would offer, surely, perhaps more territory might be in order, or something like that. Let me get out my pen and parchment.
And you see both Florian and Voshtun's and Johann's eyes gleam with that statement. But General Ironcrest is kind of backed over by the table and picked up the chair and sat down and has crossed his arms with pretty negative body language.
I move on. Car's like, hey, I don't see Moisha or the hail. I think I might head towards the
So
trees.
you're still running through. You see blood splattered here and there as you're going. And you can still hear Moisha yelping, but getting weaker. Not distant, but weaker sounding.
I talked to.
Sorry, Herschel. Sorry. Moisha is hearing Herschel getting weaker.
Yeah.
Lindley, you've caught up with Moisha. You could sprint ahead if you wanted.
Okay, I do go ahead because
Okay,
I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get
the trail is
Herschel.
easy to follow. Okay, and you come running in, and it opens up into a small clearing, and you can see where the storm comes down, and it's a wall of clouds about 50 feet away from where the trees break here, just a small clearing, and there is a bear dragging Herschel, but the bear looks horribly wrong. It's blistered. It's got the eyes in the wrong place on the top of the head and the side.
Was this you
It's
too?
just in really bad shape.
Okay.
And he's got Herschel by one leg, just dragging. Herschel's trying to claw away, and the bear's just backing away, pulling and pulling, and Herschel's right rear leg is in really bad shape.
Sling bullet.
Okay, and this is a huge bear, absolutely huge in size.
Why just pick Herschel up then? Walk off.
Yeah. So, well, that might become apparent in a little bit. So you fire your sling.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Not 20, come on.
It wasn't in the box, so it doesn't count.
Yep. Yep.
No. It was on the table. What did you roll?
The opposite.
Oh!
Because
So
my
Moisha
dice hate me
comes
today.
running up behind you, and is this your staff sling?
Yep.
So you're roll your dex check to see if you get knocked by his staff sling as you come breaking out of the trees.
Well, at least you have Herschel out of his misery.
I was just trying to get him to like go.
14 out of 16.
Okay, you duck narrowly over his staff sling.
Under.
Yeah, you duck narrowly under the staff sling as it whizzes over your head, and then the bullet goes careening off of a tree.
Probably the first
And
time
now
you've
you
been
see
really
what's
thankful
happening
for
to
your
Herschel.
I go
Who's about 20
tearing
feet
after
away.
the bear.
All right. The bear sees you, opens its mouth and drops it. Now, as you get closer, you see its legs are all really uneven. It's just this horrifically misshapen beast. it looks like a bear, but that's a very rough approximation. It is so distorted. But it turns one of its eyes at you. You realize there's about 7 or 8 eyes on it, and looks at you and gives a really hideous roar at you, and raises one misshapen paw to swing at you.
I've got the
roll
knife
initiative.
I would like to
D6.
use 800
Oh,
hero
D6.
points to put a merchant right in the middle of the
You rolled a 1?
Yeah.
I got a 4.
You got a 4.
Plus 4.
Plus 4?
I have a 19 dex. So 4 plus 4, 8.
No, didn't we decide that doesn't apply in the system?
The reaction
Not for
adjustment doesn't
initiative.
count?
What? Not for initiative.
It's for tie breaks. Tie
Oh, okay.
breaks.
Alright, so just 4 then.
Okay.
Tie breaks is dex, then weapon speeds.
Right. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bear gets to take a swing at Moisha first. Now Herschel, is been dropped off to the side, right rear leg, really bad shape. Bear swings at you with big ugly paw. What's your current armor class?
5.
5. Okay. Wow, even that hit. Okay.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah. 12 hit points. Whack! Just you hear a solid thud against Moisha. You can go ahead now, Linda.
Yeah. Do I have to separation to sing for morale as I swing?
What?
Can I sing and fire at the same time?
Sing and fire at the same time.
Yep, I start
Sing
singing.
and sling.
La 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 la.
I mean, you can sing, but as far as like doing an actual buff type sing, that's a separate action.
Okay, so he's let go, correct?
Yeah, you let go of Herschel.
Then
Herschel's like trying to move. but
Instead of firing, I will sing the buff.
You'll sing to buff. Okay, what are you singing?
Who's buff?
Increases the morale of associated creatures by 10%. Give one of those creatures saving throws for fierce submission and other attacks. And hit rolls are inspiring ferocity and attack, so +1 to hit.
Okay, so that's to help buff Moisha.
Yep, and it requires me 1 round of poetics, so my song, I spend 1 round singing so that she can get a buff.
This round or next round gets the benefit.
Well, if it says it requires 1 round, I'm going to say next round.
Okay, so next round you'll get a +1. But it is now your attack. What are you swinging?
All I've got is the knife.
Well, that's not such a shabby knife. Go ahead.
It's a pretty knife.
4.
Hang on. What level are you, Ranger?
3.
3rd level.
Armor class.
You almost hit it. It just, the way it lumbers, it's a huge target.
You needed that +1.
All right, so you did miss it. It barely pulls back from you, and it.
So do we
swings again?
Do we hear any of the roaring?
Not over all the thunder. No.
Okay.
The thunder's really hard to.
That's a
just
weird
talk
thunder
over.
sound.
Yeah.
Never heard thunder like that. Oh, weird.
And hits you again.
How many points?
9.
All of them.
Whack. So you see Moisha again. Boom! Get just whacked by this huge, ugly claw.
Wish I had a flare.
Your turn again, Lindalay.
Okay, so +1 to all your things. I continue to maintain the singing, and I will try to hit it with the sling stone again.
Okay.
Okay, so total of 14.
You tell me what your sling stone or sling bullet.
Bullet.
Anything special about it?
You haven't given me any magical items at all.
Okay, it's not silver and your iron or anything like that.
Did you get it from Torin?
Yes.
Then it's silver,
Yes.
Silver?
Yep.
Okay.
or at least silver plated.
Okay, so 3. And this is a large creature?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's
Here it's large for the bullet is 3
Oh, you
die
get the-
3 to 9,
yeah.
so it's 2 die 4 +1.
okay.
So that was 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Plus whatever silver does, if anything.
Okay. So it hits and smokes where it hits. Like it embeds and you see the flesh like indent and it like burns around where the bullet goes in. And you see it burning and sizzling where it hits. It gives a roar of pain. But it doesn't go very deep. It only goes about 2 inches deep, but the hole around it is much larger, and then the bullet falls to the ground. But it definitely hurt it. Definitely.
You need to do ones with barbs.
Moisha.
Kick it.
I throw a silver die 4 at it.
Where is the bear in relation to me and Herschel?
Herschel's behind you now. The bear has backed away a little bit, from the pain and such. So Herschel's about 5 feet behind you.
And how far is the bear in front of me?
Right in front of you.
Then I'll go at the bear again.
It's swatted you twice, so
right.
Kick it. Seriously.
Don't listen to him.
8.
Plus 1.
Oh, so 9.
All right. That's a hit.
9 plus magic stuffs.
The knife goes slicing through and just rips, and it again steaming, smoking, rips it open, and this black, chunky ichor just starts dropping to the ground as though you'd rupture in a sack of this goo, and just drops all over the ground in huge amounts, coats your arm. Your arm immediately starts to burn. But it then gives a burble. It doesn't even howl anymore. It's like and limps away as quickly as it can towards the wall of storm. Lindley.
It's retreating?
Yes, it's backing away, but it's just dumping this black fluid, and its front part seems to be almost deflating.
All right.
So right now I'm thinking that it's defeated, and I immediately go tend to Herschel.
Okay, so you run over to Herschel.
Right, and I'm going to whip out my herbs.
Okay.
All right then. So at some point it's like, I think they went to the forest. Come on, Klaus, let's go over there because I ain't safe. Yeah.
Klaus looks at Johann and gives a nod.
Jotun, this is Jotun here.
Yeah. Johann. And so Klaus looks in your pile for weapons.
Yeah, there's probably grab the longsword, unless Farhad grab it.
Farhad, what did you grab?
There's a longsword and a short sword and some knives and some darts.
Longsword, okay. So he'll grab the short sword?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then.
He'll go with you. Karn's going to stay here.
All right, then.
He's not leaving Janera.
All right, then. I take Leon with me.
Okay. Well, two of you could get on the back of
Leon.
Leon.
We can both get on, yeah.
He'll feel it, but he'll live. All right, you go riding south into the trees?
Well, I get to the tree line because, and then start hollering. Yeah.
All right. Again, over this just loud thunder. All right. It's just, again, the lightning never quite goes past that wall, but it is quite the maelstrom. And you guys are right at the edge of it, so it is deafening. Talk.
Okay, so what's left in the group here?
So you have General Ironcrest with his arms crossed, seated back at his table. Mm-hmm. Florian and Hibbity Nimmity's left. Florian's gone back over on his side of the table. Bashtun and Johann are at their table, but they're both standing at the moment. And obviously Florian is. Farhad is here with you. Karn is with you. Janera is with you. River is with you. Am I missing anybody? I think that's everybody.
So
and five of the Wood Elf Guard who are standing outside the pavilion.
So the second thing we wanted to discuss was possibly at least temporarily reactivating the treaties of all of the.
You're going to have to speak up over the thunder, Vashtun says. Sorry.
All right.
You don't have a like a sound enhancement spell or anything?
Actually, I have a collapsible speaking horn.
This might be the perfect time for
Yes.
that.
Pop.
No, stepping up to bat.
Yeah, that's much better, yeah.
For some reason, when he uses this horn, his accent drops.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm going to say. So. Nah. Regnum sapientium. I can never say that right. Is that how do you say it?
Karn just nods and does a get on with it.
Get on with it. Is under siege. We hope that that they've at least held them off at Camelot and are mounting a strong resistance. But last we saw, it looked pretty grim. Now, we were hoping that perhaps with the help of Karn here representing Camelot.
You see Voshtun look over at him, and Karn looks a little uncomfortable but gives a nod.
To agree to mutual defense, just like this particular contract, without asking anything in return from on behalf of Regnum Sapientium.
I thought I heard someone say about giving us some of the Northlands.
Oh, that might be possible, but what I'm saying is they're not asking anything for anything but mutual protection.
This is Arthur asking for our help.
By proxy?
Points to Karn.
Yes.
Karn nods.
I have no illusions of grandeur to say that we would suggest that you all would send troops out marching tomorrow or anything.
Why not?
And at that point, Johann's like, we need to bring you up to speed first. I think we've been fighting for quite a while. We have a lot of injured. Right. Sorry. Thank you, Johann. Go on, please.
But perhaps if
So his bloodthirsty nature was easy to tap into.
perhaps if your three parties might send out some scouts to the south to gauge how the battle wanes, whether it's
Florian,
Yes.
don't you have a shaman of your own? Didn't I see her
Yes.
Can't she, vision or fly or something to see that for us?
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
that's a stereotype.
Well, I'm fine with this. I know my people would love to deal with driving out the Mordredians, but we do have a problem with our lands. The ice has driven us out, and we do need a way to survive. So we would ask that indeed something of the north area, which no one is there anymore,
Yes,
would
yes.
be acquiesced to us.
It is that is very, very likely that it'll be no problem because they'll need people to plant the fields at least.
So Karn's like, what about we give you the first 50 miles south of the foothills of the Iron Hills?
The whole line along the river there?
Yes.
Works for me. Where do I sign?
Farhad,
Farhad just hands a sheet with a straight line sign on. I'll fill in the top later.
No, I'm sorry.
Fool
I
me
can't do
once.
that.
All right. Well, I start filling out.
What about Rorian here? What about, Rorian's like, well, I would hope you would share half of that with us.
Then you hear from General Ironcrest loudly clear his throat. It would seem you're forgetting about another party here.
Oh, it's not forgetting. Just we didn't think. I'm sure to this point we didn't think you would have any interest in lands to the south. But if you, but what exactly
How
would?
about the woodlands from here to 1 mile north of the Druid's Gate?
Well, if the Druids are fine with that.
And 10 miles east of this road. All becomes our lands. We'll allow free passage on the road, but the lands become ours. Currently, Regnum Sapientium owns the east side of the road, onward. We would ask for a 10-mile buffer that becomes ours, but we would not block passage on the road.
Perhaps the road could be viewed as completely neutral territory, shared by all.
It is fine as long as there's no harm. We may want to
Who pays for the
agree.
upkeep?
We may want to have a new road made at the boundary, but that would take time, and we are willing to negotiate that in the future, as long as this land division is agreed to. That would give us a safer buffer from, pardon me, but you humans and the others from our main homelands.
How do you feel about the southern wood elves?
What about them?
I was just wondering if you're friendly towards them or not. It's probably been a long time since you've had much interaction with all of that.
The Tenarian Wood Elves?
Yes.
That's the Southern Wood Elves that you're talking about. It has been a long time. Why does this matter? They are far, far to the south.
Well, just thinking, if your lands extended further to the south and you were more friendly with the human
That
lands.
is hundreds of miles to the south. We are only talking to just a mile north of the Druid's Gate.
Well, yeah, but it's still a little bit. But if you were more friendly with the human kingdom, then perhaps you could have more interaction and trade between the two wood elves.
We are not interested in more trade.
Okay, that's fine.
We are interested in protecting the woods.
I just thought you might want to maybe combine heads and thoughts with the southern ones. But
No.
that's just an idea. No worries.
All right, I'm going to switch back.
All right,
you
then.
guys.
So we get down there, and
You're at the wood line.
so I use my tracking skill.
Okay.
5 minutes.
It's a base 35, but I know I get bonuses if the brush that can be
You
trampled
see
and all that.
up in the trees,
Yeah.
2 cats up on branches about 10 feet up, one on 2 different trees, looking down at you.
Ah, shoot. Okay, so are we still on the horse?
Little inside, you can see the beginning of a blood trail. Though to the south it's dark, it's still, noonday all around you.
Yeah. Klaus, got 2 cats.
How does it smell?
Yeah. How does it smell?
Windy, stormy, and the rotten carcasses of the battlefield.
Ah.
Because you're in
Yeah.
a battlefild full of
So
rotten
I can't
carcasses.
tell if the cats smell
Yeah,
like.
it's kind of hard to tell.
Shoot. Alright, Klaus. These is demon cats. We can't afford to tangle with them. They got ancient powers.
So what do? You just balk at the tree line?
Well, pull up, get off the Leon, let's see here. Sling range is
We got
about
4 minutes. We want to wrap this up for the season. So
pretty much. I can stay outside of short sling range. I'm going to take a shot with my last silver stone.
one of the cats.
Yeah.
All right, take a shot.
Okay then.
Okay. Your last heroic deed.
Yay! Oh no, it's
What'd you get?
2.
All right, so you nearly hit Klaus in the back of the head. With your sling.
Sorry, my hands are
It
real
drops.
sore.
The cat goes, "Whee!" and goes leaping off the tree, and both cats scurry off in opposite directions into the woods.
Problem solved.
Now you can kind of hear a horrible, over the thunder, horrible gurgling, roaring, burbling sound to the south, faintly.
It's no good. All right, Leon, give Leon the command to stay. I guess he's just regular cats. Come on. Let's go find Moisha.
Okay, so we go in. All right, back to Lindale.
Okay, it looks like she's got the beast at least cowed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also assuming that we're not dealing with ligament, cartilage, muscle, or bones and joint repair things.
Yeah, you're dealing with all that.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of the above.
That's all the things.
His right leg has been shredded.
Well,
It's attached barely.
I will put the arnamensis
Mostly by skin.
Well, disinfected anyway.
and the Arlen.
Okay, so you're administering to Herschel.
Right.
Moisha.
If I have to take off my shirt, I will, but I want to clean off my arm.
Okay.
And then
There's grass and leaves around here.
And then I want to go check on Herschel.
All right. You quickly clean off the burning ichor and such and go on. You see he's trying to fix the maimed leg. It's bad.
Finish it off.
And
it's bad.
I'll kneel down by Herschel's head and pet him.
Herschel is right on the verge.
Oh, Herschel.
He's whimpering on his side.
Can I use more than one leaf at a time? For the Arlen.
You can only apply one thing at a time. It's just, I mean, you can apply them all at once if you prepare them, but it takes multiple rounds to get them all together.
Okay, it just says apply leaf.
Yeah, but you'll have to get one out, and then the next round you get another one out, and then what do you want to apply first, or do you want to get them as a bunch and stick them all on as a poultice?
I was thinking putting a bunch on there because it's a large wound,
Okay,
and
sure.
so it's 1d6 per.
Just dump it out.
And how many?
Let's do 3
All right, go ahead.
out of the 9 I have.
All right, and this does just hit points?
Yeah, it's straight hit points. I will do the Artemis next, but let's
Okay.
start with
All right, so just
stabilizing
with
them.
the skin and stuff to seal up.
Yeah, this is +3 for each.
Okay.
Okay, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19 points.
All right. Well, so that part is healing up greatly. His leg is dislocated and severed and all of that. It's just inside the skin now.
That would be the rest of the
The
pulses
other
I
stuff.
got.
Okay. So he's improving.
Oh, Herschel.
He's no longer near death,
Oh,
but he's still
Herschel.
not moving. He's looking up at you.
Still death
with little
adjacent.
Sad dog eyes. What's that?
Still death adjacent.
Yeah. All right. And back to you guys with negotiations. Can you do it? You've got to get General Ironcrest to come along here. Is there anything Farhad wants to say?
Farhad says, sometimes people need more land to spread around. Sometimes people just need to be left alone. What if we were to include that once the fighting is done and the territory borders have changed, that the Wood Elves are left in peace in perpetuity and are no longer subject to any intrusion by the humans of Bregden Sepievium.
You see Ironcrest nodding, loosen up his body language a little bit.
Minus the roads.
For so long as the road continues to exist.
Roads can be changed. Roads can be changed.
Well, yes, but the main road, whatever the main road is.
I like where Farhad is going with this.
You see, elves and humans and wood elves, high elves, all the different people. There are some things in which ways in which we are all the same, and there are some ways in which we are all different. And I think it may be valuable to the wood elves to help maintain their culture and their society, to be left in peace and separate.
Will you all agree to this? He looks at Rorian. Rorian's like, well, of course, And at Washtun, he looks a little hesitant.
They would we could still travel, yeah?
Ironcrest nods, looks over at Karn. Karn's like,
I don't see a problem with this. I'm sure it would be fine.
Perhaps a decennial delegation of diplomats, maybe once every 10 years, could meet together and speak about how the agreement is beneficial to all, and in which ways it may be modified in the future to the benefit of all.
yes, I think that would be okay.
And perhaps maybe a yearly report of any interesting changes or threats.
We do not need to report to anyone. However, if
No, report it
we
to
can-
you.
No. We want to be left alone.
Once
Alright.
a decade will be enough.
All right, just an idea.
Elves live longer than gnomes.
You short-lived. Although gnomes live pretty long too, but
They only live 2 to 3 feet long.
but we want recourse if someone violates our lands. That Regnum, Northrons, Centaurs, Ipsos will enforce the others staying out. Yes?
Well, within each territory, surely the laws of that territory should apply, yes?
Yes, but if they, your people, he points to Vashtun, violate our lands, we don't want to turn into another war. You, if you don't, unless you want us to punish them for you, you need to honor this. Make it a crime for your people to come into our lands for once. We are tired of enforcing our boundaries of your people's violations. You see Vashtun tense a little, but take a deep breath.
People in general.
Yes. But you make laws that your people will punish your people for violation, not put the burden on us all the time to enforce
yes.
and keep you out of our lands. Make it. They are not allowed, and if they violate, we capture and turn them in, and you punish them accordingly, properly, so they no longer keep coming and keep coming and chopping the
will
gown.
Control their own people, and the Northrons will control their own people.
Yes.
And the Wood Elves here will control their own.
Yes.
That seems completely reasonable to me. It seems like a fair division of labor. And hearing no disagreement, Farhad starts writing that down.
Okay. Everybody's kind of chewing that over and such. All right, we are over time here, but we want to wrap this up. With the roughly planned out, all the parties come to agreement. They, agree that they are going to not only live and let live with each other, but they are going to, as much as they dare muster, but a minimum 50% of their forces, they're going to muster. So they're going to keep, some for the homeland, but a minimum of 50% of their military force, that they will work together. They will be separate command structure, but they will coordinate and go south. There'll be investigation and see what they can do to help Camelot. And if possible, try to hold them at the Queen's Road or drive them back to the Queen's Road for however long it takes, in the hopes that your guys' long-term mission of trying to turn things around, pays off. So at this point, they all sign. You guys were able to lead to the circumstances led to that. So meanwhile, back to you guys.
All right, then. So
Yeah.
I use my tracking skills and find them.
Okay. So the creature finally backs itself into the storm, and disappears into the storm. And almost looks like it gets whipped into it. Like as soon as it got close to it, it seemed to be sucked into it.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And with a big splat of black ichor everywhere as it went, on the ground and such.
Is that good or bad?
So Herschel is, it's going to take a while. Some of those herbs take a while to work. But you've got him stabilized. You've got him hitched back together. He's not going to die.
Okay.
He's going to at least have a bad limp and arthritis in his older age. But...
Well, I will be using Artemis to take care of the ligament
Right.
and consequences, and
Yeah.
Burcellus for the shattered bones and joints.
Right. So it's helping, but those things take a while.
Right.
Okay.
I got to brew
Yeah,
that.
so he's going to have to be carried
Okay.
for a while. So you come bursting through the trees and you see
Moisha.
Moisha and Lindale over
Big ale.
Herschel. And this black goo splattered all over the grass, going in this maelstrom, a wall of storm, and all the lightning and thunder. It's just stopped solid wall at the edge of this clearing.
Ain't good. Let's get the heck out of here.
We're going to need a wagon.
Wagon? Just why?
Herschel
We're in the
can't
middle of it.
walk.
Then pick him up. Come on, Klaus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
Klaus.
I
You don't
would
need a
expect that
wagon.
I'm strong enough to carry
You
Herschel.
can carry Herschel.
Yeah.
You're strong enough, yeah. And he's your dog. So.
Yeah, I would.
All right, so you turn around and head
And Klaus
back
can
north.
carry you.
Yeah, it's like, let's get out of here. I saw those cats up in the trees. I ain't sure if they's demon cats or not, but let's not find out.
All right, so you guys head back. You get through the woods without incident.
Hooray!
You get to the pavilion. The storm's still raging, but again, it's not moving at all. The traders have stopped about 100 feet away from the pavilion and have stopped alongside, and they've gotten out of their wagons, but they're hesitant to approach. You guys get to the pavilion,
Yep.
and you see they're finishing signing this new treaty and alliance to help our Regnum Sapientium defend its lands against Mordred and such.
All right. So we can pass through the that there.
And how is Farhad doing? He has just done a buku contract writing.
Yes.
Is he beaming?
Yes. He starts singing. Yub nub. Beep chop a yub nub. Pato mito piti. Kini dog feeling out. Yo wa. Chop yo na. The traditional song of his people of Iridia to celebrate any good contract.
May the 5th be with you. Revenge of the 5th.
All right. Any last words? Because this is the end of season 1, it's episode 43
So
for
we
Heroes
can,
of the Mist.
so we can pass through the.
Let me start with Lindale.
Okay.
Level up! No. I said, let's, get a wagon. Can we go? We need to find shelter from the storm.
Which hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a meteorologist.
So we can pass through that there elf gate now?
You see, he says that out loud, and you see who's already signed, Ironcrest Nods.
All right.
Oh, okay. I was going to talk to you about that after this was all done.
Well, they had already had a discussion way back when about passage, way back when you guys went and camped, that if you guys did this, that they'd let you guys pass through. So that
Okay,
had already been
I
agreed
thought
to.
it was like they'd discuss it.
Yes. But you made enough happen.
Okay.
He with a nod of his head, has said yes.
All right.
Oh,
So,
excellent.
so it's appropriate that you try to stop Torin, but luckily Torin didn't screw things up.
Oh, okay.
You got a direct answer from his direct question.
All right.
Sometimes the direct way works.
Oh,
Often
so
it
you
blows
got
up
a
in your
healer? Because
face.
this old body's all torn up.
Moisha.
I could use some healing myself.
Yeah. Moisha's in pretty bad shape.
Do they have a healer that's readily available?
Not at the moment. Hibbity Nibbity left, so Generic can help a little bit.
All them crack ribs.
Are you...
I have 2 hit points out of 26.
Yeah,
Okay.
Moisha's barely standing.
All right.
He's been being tough about it and stoic and worried about his dog, but he's about to collapse.
I'm going to use all my leads.
Rivers for skill.
I'm going to
Hang
start
on a
with
second.
3 leaves. So it's plus 9. All right, 10, 15 points.
So you're feeling better.
And Talk quickly uses his last 3 2D illusions because he
Just because.
stocked them all up for this.
Yeah,
but
yeah. What's he doing with them?
to catch up the important key parts for Vashtun that he
Are you going to play
missed.
back his whole possession and everything, or
No, no.
totally traumatize him?
That's where we put our
Giant goose?
No, not going to embarrass him. Just gonna show him the wall of fog and the explosion
that
and
stuff, the more dragon stuff. Okay, he's rapt attention.
the highlights of our trip and
The
basically,
wall of fog. He comments that they've seen that happen to them up north.
yeah. So the wall of fog, the explosion of the platoon,
Okay.
and
Everything.
We got.
I know. I'm the Fae, the mutant Fae.
All right, great. And River, audio, Joe.
River says, "Fantastic. Now that we've all agreed on everything, perhaps we can make some tea."
Okay,
That's actually a
Farhad?
totally legitimate
Sure.
thing.
Farhad?
Farhad is just still singing with glee, having written contracts that are important and that will be followed through on. He did include
Historic.
a bunch of like remedy clauses in there,
Okay.
like what to do when things go wrong.
Okay.
Any gotchas?
And one of them, there is a clause in there. It's like just one line in there deep in the boilerplate, which is like, if at any time the parties feel like the thing is not being obeyed or followed, or and the remedies herein are not satisfactory, Farhad Guerion may be called upon to remedy at his discretion.
So he put himself in the history books.
Yes.
Well, he should at least have like a little part that he signs that he was prepared by.
Episode 43. That's a wrap. Season 1 now over.
Hooray!
Congratulations, your character survived. You made it this far. Hopefully you guys decide you want to continue on for season 2 so you can go to the next major leg, heading off into the Dragonspine Mountains and finding the Oracle. There's a whole lot to have happen there. If we do resume, it'll be somewhere in August-September time period. But any last words that you want to say as we bid everybody adieu for the long summer, John?
We all level up, right?
That's a high possibility of the experience points you guys are racking up.
All right, then.
Good night and dream well.
Thorn?
43 episodes, 129 hours of play, and most of us will reach level 3. AD&D First Edition, folks.
I thought we all got to level 3 by now.
Take care of your animals.
And you go. I lost what I was going to say.
Make sure you spay and neuter your river dragons.
And the legend of Talk spreads.
Talk.
Every
Dreams
time
of
you
that day.
click
What's
read
that?
the user agreement and okay, you signed a contract. Remember that.
Dan? You were happy with that, huh?
Oh, yes.
Well, okay, that's good. And Pyro, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for your time, your large investment of time and everything, as you were pointing out. I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed
for the most
your
part.
adventures. Yeah, well, there are ups and downs, you know.
And most importantly, thank you to anyone who has
Donated,
joined us for part
supported.
for part or all of this adventure and or supported.
Yep. Thank you, Bill and Lillian, for your time here when you guys were part of the group. We really appreciate that. All of the people who auditioned and participated in the pre-show for months, half a dozen artists and another 6 or 8 players and such, and all of you, thank you very much.
We hope to get Lillian back, and we hope that we can maybe have a cameo appearance from our good friend
if you can be
Weevil.
one of those flying things that he wants to be in. Yeah,
It'd be nice to have a little
Zeppelin.
yeah, Zeppelin.
reunion episode.
Wherever you may be well, happy gaming and Namarie.